Welcome back into the South Jersey Sports Report here on 97.3 ESPN. Your host, Sully from Glory Days Magazine, along with my producer, Nick Costco. We have a couple special in-studio guests here. Glad you're joining us. We have Jacob Valeus. Did I say that right? Okay.
Yes, sir. From
Pleasantville High School, his senior basketball star, and his dad, Gene, are in studio. And, guys, welcome to the show. Reason I wanted to bring you in, I thought we did a cover story on Jacob's career a few weeks ago, and really an incredible backstory. Gene, take us through your life a little bit real quick, and you came over from Haiti, and what brought you to America, and give us a little bit of quick background on your family and how it's evolved.
Once again, thank you so much for having me here this morning. I come from Haiti in 1982, and the reason why I come into this country because I have, best opportunity
right
to work because Haiti don't have no job. I done high school in Haiti and 2 years college, so I don't have no job in Haiti, but I come into this country for best opportunity, and I thank God I come in here and I have a job. Working in a casino, now I'm working for water company in Atlantic City.
Awesome. So how tough was that coming in that time period as an immigrant? And
very tough, very tough. I come in by boat. Thank God you don't catch me, but anyway. So I come in by boat, and I become U.S. citizen in 1994. So now I'm okay.
Awesome.
Yes.
So tell me about your family. Talk about your wife a little bit. Jacob's mom. If you don't know the backstory, if you haven't read the story at glorydaysonline.com, take us through what happened with her when he was a young boy. She got, I guess, deported back to Haiti. Is that correct?
Yes, back 2006. Me and my wife, we was living 26 East Plaza Avenue in Pleasantville, and that time she don't have no green card, nothing. And I applied for her because I'm U.S. citizen, and they come to my house pick up her. And she back to Haiti for 7 years. I tried to get her back to this country, and they don't let me.
How tough was that? I mean, you had a couple sons, I guess, at that point, right?
I have 3 children, and Jacob, the first one, Michi and Jeff. Jacob now is 18 years old. That time, Jacob was 5 years old.
Right.
When they come pick up my wife.
So what's that like for you as a dad of a couple young boys, and now
very tough.
The mother's gone. I mean, out of the picture, she's back home. And
I've been single parent for 11 years.
Wow.
So it's very tough, but God walked me through it.
How did you explain that to young Jacob as a 5-year-old? I mean, all of a sudden his mom isn't there.
I can't even explain. Day by day, I go to work. I got my brother in Pleasantville. He helped me. The church my church helped me out a lot to raise all my 3 children, and I went through it.
Now, Jacob, step up to the mic here. What do you remember? Do you remember anything about the time? You were very young at the time.
No, I just seen her leaving the house, and that was all. I didn't really know.
Get a little bit close to that mic.
I didn't really know anything. I just seen her leaving the house at the age of 5.
Now, what was it like for you growing up in a household where all of a sudden your mom's gone, you can't see her every day? How difficult was that as you're getting into 5th, 6th, 7th grade?
It was very hard seeing other kids having their mom and dad at the household, and I didn't. It was very hard, but I just continued to push. And
now, as you were getting into high school and becoming a young man yourself, how much respect do you have now for your dad, Gene, for the things he was able to do to keep your family together, you and Michi and Jeff, and just to kind of keep that family bond together when it's something that not a lot of families have to deal with?
Yeah, man, I know it's hard being a single parent, and I have a lot of respect for him for taking care of my other 2 brothers and me, and I just want to say God bless him and just continue.
So did you ever not listen to him, and did he rough you up a little bit when you were bad?
Yeah, he had a couple hard times, but it helped me.
I wouldn't mess with him, man. He looks like a pretty strong dude.
Yeah, man, it helped me through life, man, and it helped me be a good guy.
So now when you're coming into your high school career, I remember you as a skinny little freshman. You'd come off the bench, shoot a couple threes, get 5-6 minutes at a time here. Did you ever think that your high school career would evolve the way it did, to where you were one of the stars of South Jersey and everybody knew your name and teams were trying to defend you specifically?
No, I always wanted to play basketball when I was young, but I didn't know I was going to be this good. So as a freshman, I just wanted to come out there and just play hard because I always wanted to be a basketball player. I always wanted to go to college for basketball. And when I seen that I could be good at this sport, I just continued to work hard, and it just happened now.
Take me back to those days when you're 6, 7 years old and going one-on-one with Samir Jones in the backyard.
Sometimes we would fight, man, because the game would just get pretty intense. So sometimes he'll win, sometimes I'll win. So,
Dad, how tough was it to bring those guys out of the backyard when it was getting dark on summer nights?
Sometimes the Jacob coming home because, out there it's like dark, and they keep play ball.
Yeah.
I do remember when Jacob was 3 years old. He said, "Dad, give me a ball, give me a ball." I said, "What are you talking about? You cannot play ball." He said, "Yeah." And I remember when Jacob 10 years old, he said, "Dad, I might take you from Pleasantville to California." And what now? Jacob just take me from Pleasantville to back to South Carolina for free. So I thank God for that.
If you're just joining us here on the South Jersey Sports Report, we have a couple of special in-studio guests. Jacob Valeus from Pleasantville High School is senior. If you've paid attention at all to high school basketball this season, you know who he is and what that team was able to do with 20 wins, 20-9 record, made it to the Cape Atlantic League semis, the South Jersey Group 2 semis. His father, Gene, is also in studio with us, kind of giving us their backstory and also the journey to a college scholarship. So, Jacob, take us through the recruiting process for other high school athletes that are out there listening today or high school coaches. What kind of advice would you get? Because you were a late signee after the season, so you had to really work hard to get your name out there. I know we talked earlier this week, and you gave a lot of credit to Coach Butch Warner for help getting your name out there. Sometimes it's not easy to get noticed by some of these colleges. How did you make it through that recruiting process, and what was the toughest thing about it?
As a freshman and sophomore, I didn't really know about the recruiting process. So I'll say the summer of my sophomore year, I started to realize about it. So at that time, I started playing AAU, but it was for a local team, so I still wasn't getting recruited the way I should be. And so Coach Warner started to see potential in me and started to get my name out there. I started going to camps. My advice for the kids out there is to work hard. No matter where you're at, the coach will find you. Just play hard and just get out there, go to camps.
What's going through your mind in those summer days when you're either outside or in the gym, shooting 100 jumpers by yourself, shooting 100 free throws? Did you ever feel like, man, is this ever going to pay off for me?
No. I always thought that it was going to pay off because I just knew because at that time I had a little interest, but nothing was like getting big to where they would offer me a scholarship. So I just knew if I kept working hard and just had a big junior season, senior season, it was going to pay off.
Now let's get back to your mom a little bit. Gene, tell us about her. She passed away when Jacob was, I guess, 16, correct?
Yes.
Tell us about her, what she was like. I'm sure Jacob really maybe doesn't know her all that well because he spent so much time apart from her from, age 5 to when he was in high school and able to get down there maybe once a year.
Every summer, I take Jacob to see his mom.
Right.
And
so once a year, you got to see her.
And, 2 years, every 2 years.
Yeah.
And what's, shocked me when I received that phone call on May 1st, 2017. They said she, involved in a car accident.
Wow.
They don't give me the whole detail. And not even 24 hours, they called me back, said she passed away.
Oh, man.
And I said, I'm questioning everybody, what's going on? That time, I don't have no money to travel because, I just come from Haiti. And she passed away. How I'm going to tell Jacob and Michi and Jeff, their mom passed away.
What was that like when that's the toughest thing to do as a father. I had to go through that myself. When my mom passed away, my dad kind of gathered us all together and said, hey, one thing I remember from that time was he said, hey, your life is going to change now. It's never going to be the same. But look around, because I have 7 brothers and sisters. So he said, look around this room. If any one of you is ever in trouble, you got 7 phone numbers to call. So that was kind of the thing I took away from, hey, we're a family and we have to stick together no matter what.
I mean, like I said, it's tough. I can't even explain to all my 2 children. And I'm not going to blame USA, but when you take mom away from the children,
right.
that's like a bad stuff.
How difficult was that for her? I mean, obviously she must have been distraught for so many years not being able to see her sons.
Well, it's very tough because I'm applying for her. I spent like a lot of money to bring her here. I hired a lawyer in New York City, get my packet. I spent like almost like $25,000.
Wow.
And get money for for somebody, and I can't even pay back that time. And hey, she just passed away. I don't know how she passed away. When I get Haiti to bury her, take me like $12,000 to bury her in Haiti.
Wow,
that's a lot of money.
Sure, no doubt. Give us a sense of what she was like when she was alive. I mean, obviously, you must have been attracted to her to have 3 kids and marry her. So, give us a sense of what she brought to your life.
Well, she brought me 3 children. I thank God for that. And she's a hard-working woman. She loved to doing like selling merchandise, like selling stuff. In Haiti. And every day she said, "Gene, when I come back to see my children," because she was here in the United States,
right?
And I tell her, I give her a lot of hope. Right. God can bring her in this country, and over son, she passed away. So it's very emotional for me. Even we marry again, I never forget her.
Right.
Anytime I see my children here, from my eyes, I look like she's right here in my face.
Now, Jacob, what was that like for you? I guess that happened when you were, a sophomore, freshman?
Yeah, it was pretty hard. Not growing up with a mother, and then she's passing away. It was very hard for me.
How much did you lean on your teammates at that point and your friends? I mean, I'm sure they were a big part of your support system.
Yeah, and my coaches, my family, they supported me well and uplifted me from that time. So,
how did you make it through? Because that could be something with a teenage boy that can really just devastate you and make you not want to go out there and try. Say, I'm over this. I'm angry. I'm sad. And how did you get past all those emotions and say, hey, I have an opportunity here to make a good future for myself if I work hard? That can be a difficult thing to put those emotions aside for a little bit and get to work on what you're trying to accomplish.
Yeah, actually, that's when basketball started to pick up for me. So I just let that push me and let it encourage me to play harder and just play for her.
If you're just joining us, thanks for joining the South Jersey Sports Report here on 97.3 ESPN. We have in studio Jacob Valeus and his dad, Gene. Really a tremendous backstory about this young man and his journey through high school basketball. He's got a couple young brothers coming up as well, so we're going to see some more of them in the headlines in the newspapers. Michi and Jeff. Michi's a sophomore?
Yeah.
Sophomore, and Jeff's in 8th grade. So some more Valeus basketball talent coming up through the Pleasantville pipeline. And, Dad, I wanted to get your reaction on the recruiting process. And this week, Jacob decided on Claflin University, full scholarship. I mean, that's got to be incredible for you. Like you said, you spent so much money throughout the last decade or so trying to get your wife back to America from Haiti. What's that like as a father when you see your son earn a full scholarship to go to college and be able to get a free education? For all that you've been through, it must be just a huge weight off your shoulders.
What I said, first of all, I said, thank God my prayer is answered. Okay? Thank God my prayer is answered. I'm going to say that to everyone can hear me right now. Even you single parent, as a dad, take care of your children. Doesn't matter if you wake up in the morning, you have a piece of bread. Say thank God. So I thank God for that. I can raise my 3 children. And, like I said again, for every parent can hear me right now, working hard, and believe me, stand your feet, and, God gonna take care of you. But now, I'm going to pray more. I know God will going to answer my prayer, get Jacob in the NBA. That's my goal. And I know he will.
Yeah. Well, he's definitely getting tall enough and has a pretty good game, so I'm sure they'll develop him even more at Claflin. And I don't want to get super political here. This is obviously a sports show, but in my experience, I've worked a lot of jobs in the restaurant business and other businesses where there are immigrants from different countries, people from Mexico, Costa Rica, Latin America. What I've always found with immigrant people is they're very hardworking people. They just want an opportunity. You can speak to this as an immigrant to this country from Haiti. there's always going to be that view of you that's you're not one of us, you're not an American type of thing, and you have to work doubly as hard to make a name for yourself and get a good job and stuff. So talk about that a little bit and what it's like as an immigrant American who became a citizen, what this country has meant to you, and now you have the opportunity to raise your children and see them go to college.
Like I said again, this country is a great country. If you come in here, even you have a little job, because when I first come here in this country, I cut grass. I went to Florida, pick up tomatoes.
Right.
I do anything.
You got to do whatever you can.
Yes. Yeah. I'm a college guy from Haiti. But when I come into this country, I don't care about, I have a degree, but when I come here, I don't have no green card, nothing.
Right.
So I cut grass. I pick up, green pepper, anything like that. So I remember when I come back to Atlantic City, 1990, I work for Trump Taj Mahal, and I working back in the kitchen. Uh-huh. It's still the best opportunity for me because when I'm in Haiti, no money. But when I come in this country now, I get paid by the hours. Even like $5.50, that's a lot of money.
How many hours were you working back then?
A lot.
70 a week?
Yes, because I love overtime because that's money right there.
Sure.
Your guys, I'm sorry to say that, American people, I know your guys, is a great people, but back where I come from, no money. When I come in here, I see, money like this, I grab it.
Yeah.
And I thank God, I am who I am. And God put me through it, know people, and give me a good job.
But Jacob, how much of an impact did that have on you, seeing your dad going to work every day, never calling out, even when you're sick or hurt, you going to work, and that had to make an impact on a young man like yourself, saying, hey, no excuses, man. He's out there doing it.
Yeah, man. Being as a single parent, I know it's hard, so he had to do everything he can to get food on the table for me, my brother's clothes, and I know it's very hard for him. So some days I won't even see him. I'll be at my uncle's house, sleeping over my uncle's house. So some days I would go not seeing him. So I know he was working hard.
Now, what was your reaction? We spoke earlier this week, and that signing story is up on glorydaysonline.com right now, so you can check that out. And we spoke about that moment when you went down to Claflin and had a great experience down there, and Coach said, hey, give me a call back when you get back to Jersey. So you came back to Jersey, thought about it a little bit, and just an opportunity you couldn't pass up. What was that initial moment like when you told your dad, hey, I'm going to Claflin, and they're gonna pay for everything? I mean, take me through that little family moment there.
Yeah, Coach told me to call him back when we got to Jersey, and we waited, and he called us, and he told us about scholarship. And actually, he gave us a couple of minutes to think about it, and he gave us over the night to think about it. And me and my dad thought about it, and just over the night, man, it was either Claflin, Georgia in court, and we picked Claflin. And it was a great experience. It was a great
How come you didn't film it and put it on Twitter, man? Come on. All these other kids are doing it, right?
Yeah.
No, but that doesn't seem like your personality. I mean, kind of have to drag stuff out of this guy sometimes. But Dad, Gene, Valeus, tell us about how proud you are of your boy, and he's always been a great young man, great student, very humble. Never shows anybody up on the court. Just the kind of kid that I think he really had a very influential impact on that basketball program in terms of getting it to where it is now and showing other kids how to be leaders on and off the court.
Jacob always my first child. I'm always talk to him like, man and man. Say, Jacob, right. Believe me, everywhere you go, don't be aggressive, respect people. Even you're in classroom, you see other children, I'm sorry to say that, troublemaker, stay away from them.
Right.
Matter of fact, if you sit in the back seat, raise your hand, always say, put me in the front seat because I don't want to get in trouble. And he never give me a problem. So when he become play basketball, I remember one coach, when he was in 7th grade, Coach Wab, his name is Wab, right? Mm-hmm. So he called me for Jacob. He said he liked Jacob. And I brought Jacob to him. He said, man, that's a great kid. He played with Jacob for like maybe 2 years, and he said, Gene, one day Jacob going to be, he's going to be a good guy. When he become like, when he grew up, because I can see he's a calm down. And one thing I like about Jacob, when he play ball, and as far you can see, because I see you in the game all the time, Jacob never talk like, talk rough with people, even the, how do you call it, with way. yeah, he never talk rough to them. He just, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Even the other children pass the ball to Jacob or don't pass the ball to Jacob, he never get, angry about it.
Real quick, Gene, we have 1 more minute to go here. Just to finish up, how proud are you of this family moment here, and to be able to send your kid to college on a scholarship? Just a tremendous says a lot about your family and how you've raised these boys.
Well, I said again, I thank God. I thank them too, because what I said, when they go to school, they always bring me a good grades. And I thank all the teachers from Pleasantville, the principal, all the coaches. I said thank you for them. They're teaching my children very good. And like I said again, for all parents right now can hear me, keep focusing on the children, because that's our future for tomorrow. And I can tell you about what happened to me. I'm sorry, I know you have 1 minute.
That's all right.
I have a back surgery and neck surgery. And when I become maybe 70, God forbid, I know Jacob going to take care of me.
You better.
Yeah,
you better.
I know that. So my like I said again, my prayer is answered right now. So we keep praying hard. But God, I know God going to open my door. And I will see Jacob on the NBA. That's my whole, thing.
Well,
So,
I'll tell you what, everyone in South Jersey is definitely rooting for him as he begins his college career this fall. Guys, really appreciate you coming in. Tremendous segment, and I think we can learn a lot from you guys, and hopefully the people out there listening were impacted by this story. Appreciate you guys coming in.
All right, thanks for having me.
thank you so much.